Oops. What's going on, everybody? Just getting situated here. $53 watching. Oh my God. What's going on, guys? Sorry it took so long. I was getting my laptop set up so I could monitor the chat. What's going on, everybody? 53 watching. Whoa, oh there's God. My other voice. All right. We're ready to go. Really professional. What is going on, everybody? So I'm just going to wait a couple more seconds here, let more people roll in. And I just want to say, happy Friday to you wherever you are in the world. I hope everybody's having a good Friday night thus far. I'm very excited. I'm very I'm going through a whirlwind of emotions with Slipknot, man. But I just want to just hang out on a Friday night before the show on Jimmy Kimmel and just check in and see how everybody's doing. All right. So as always with my streams, if you have any questions at any given time about guitar, about life, about anything in general, just leave it all down below in the chat, and I check the chat periodically. And let's get the old chat started. So I'm gonna check in with everybody. Dude, it's so good to see everybody. This is awesome, man. 57 right now, 61 right now. This is literally the most I've ever had on a stream. I'm like very very humbled and very not just thankful, man. This is awesome. I'm really glad everybody's joining in, man. This is really, really cool. All right. I can see everybody's already debating the mask stuff, like countdown and then nothing. Backstage, I guess it means I have to watch it when you're on Slipknot. Everybody's really heated about the Slipknot, man. Oh my God. Dude, 42 people before it was live. Thank you so much. What is going on, everybody? Can you show the performance, bro? I'm not sure what you mean, man. I guess I'm not talking to me. All right, so you guys are obviously knee deep in a discussion about Slipknot, man. That's like the general consensus of what's been going on, for the last, God, I don't know, realistically 2 months ever since Chris Fehn was fired or sued the band. Yeah, man, it's just like so much has been coming out. I said in my one of my previous videos, AJ Good at the House of Masks, one of my favorite channels, just because he's like knee deep in the whole Slipknot realm of things, and he's a mask collector, and he just knows everything about everything from like the types of masks they use, the original masks, and then just the types of jumpsuits and all this crazy stuff that I was certainly naive to. But anyway, he really is keeping up to date with it, as long as everybody else, like Rockfeed and Loudwire. But yeah, man, I don't know what to believe with this whole Slipknot thing. I saw something on Reddit today, and I wish I hadn't seen it, about 2 hours ago. And it was that somebody saw Gage, Sean's oldest son, walking in with a duffel bag very similar to everybody else's, insinuating like his stage, his stage uniform, his mask, whatever, implying that he's the new member. And I'll be honest, man, I don't like that at all. I want it to be Chris. I really do, man. Chris is like, you say what you want about being a percussionist and about, like his role as a band member, but like his live presence and his live background vocals, and just like he was the guy, man. Like he had one of the most iconic masks with the lyre. And just, if it's somebody else, man, I want to say this. If it is somebody else, the fact that the new member has an exact replica of Chris's layout, like with the zipper and the rivets, and then they burned him, and then like completely, like, not literally, but you know what I mean, like the character, they burned him and like completely, like, killed him. And like what a diss, man. You know what I mean? Like, it's one thing to fire somebody, but then to literally fire somebody, aka burn, like show a burn victim face, and then replace it with somebody else, man. Like, what a diss, man. What a kick in the nuts to Chris, man. I don't know. I at this point, I really think it's not him, and I want it to be. I really do, but I don't think it is, man. Guys, there's 99 people watching at the moment. Oh my God, what is going on, everybody? I think before this, most I've ever had, I topped out was like maybe 40 or something like that. So yeah, I see you guys are all talking in the chat about this, and I see people saying it's Gage. Yeah, time will show. So, hey, I'm gonna get a good bass plug-in: Hellraiser or Neural DSP Dark Glass. Ooh, good question. I'd probably go Hellraiser, honestly. It's got that, like, it does the clank very well. The Neural DSP is really good for like a really like fat sound, but like I like the clank, and I don't know, it just works for me. But honestly, I've been using a lot of the Will Putney stuff just because STL Tones has been amazing to me, like literally amazing to me. I was able to beta test the Will Putney suite before it came out, and like I had to keep that under wraps, and like just Sonny over there at STL, he's just hooking me up, man. He's just like a really good dude, like really good people. They support me, and like they like interact with me. It's just, I love them. So to answer your initial question, I would get the Hellraiser, but if I was you, I would invest in the STL Tonality Will Putney suite because you have awesome rhythm stuff, awesome leads, and awesome bass. But between the two, Hellraiser. Winston McKay, it's Chris, dude. I hope so, man. I hope it's Chris, man. I hope it's Chris. Clown wants his son. It makes sense. Yeah. So what? Clown said this a long time ago, like maybe like 4 or 5 years ago, like right around the 0.5 era, the beginning of the 0.5 era. I was in Germany when I read this. I was living over there, and it was something along the lines of like he's like thinking about retiring from the band, and like the knot will live on forever, and like he like implied it that like new generations would come in and just replace that spot in the band, whatever that was, like, you know, a guitar player, singer, percussionist, whatever. And I think that's a really a silly thing to do because it like taints the original image of what the band was. You know, for me personally, like I don't want it to be like a revolving door of members, like a James Bond situation where it's like 5 different people playing James Bond over the course of 40 years. Like, man, it just like it puts a black eye on it, in my opinion, and I don't agree with it. You know, I could be wrong. Let me know what you guys think, but I just don't agree with like having a new member just to like continue the band, and like it's like a whole different band. You know what I mean? So I think it would just tarnish the whole reputation. The reputation right now is in pretty much in shambles. If Chris was duped out of money. And even if he wasn't, he was still fired. It's just like another black eye on the legacy of the band. You know what I mean? So I don't agree with like continuing like with just incoming new younger members, because then it's just like what is this, like, you know, the circus, like just new members fill in? I don't agree with it, man. It's better just like to just dip out. You know what I mean? And just end on a high note. I don't know. What do you guys think? A lot of people that don't speak English are in this chat. I think the new guy in the mask is Corey. They haven't found anyone yet. Yeah, I saw that again. AJ Good, he put up a video a couple hours ago stating that it was Corey Taylor in that music video. And if you look closely, I thought it was a 3 on his arm. I was like, oh God, I hope it's a 3. But it was actually, it looks like it was an 8. So yeah, it's kind of an indication that it probably was. I mean, it was Corey, I guess. But I guess Chris really isn't in the band anymore. That sucks. My ultimate goal, what I was envisioning, I thought of this last night. Like, they're doing 2 songs. I believe it's All Out Life and Unsainted, right? I think it's been confirmed. And like they would play Unsainted, and it would be the new look, and then they'd play it, you know, All Out Life, bop bop. Lights go off, the stage goes black, and when the lights come back on, Chris has his normal lyre on, and like the place erupts, dude. Like I'm calling that right now just so I could be like the first person to ever say that. I don't think it's going to happen, but I envision that, and I would love that. I would lose my mind. I would lose it, man. I'd flip out. I'd buy front row tickets to see them in Philly or in Camden, New Jersey, like tomorrow if that happened. It'd be the most amazing marketing scheme. It would get me so excited, dude. Can we see the show? The show is not until 11:35 Eastern Standard Time where I'm located. So that's 8:30 Pacific Time. So it's on whatever Jimmy Kimmel's on. Was that Channel 6, ABC? It's on public television, or I'm sure you can stream it on like the Jimmy Kimmel app or something. You know what I mean? I'm sure there's ways around to see it. Do I do music? Hell yeah, I do music. I'm a guitar player on the internet. So I guess, guys, what I'm seeing here is there's a lot of new people that don't know who the hell I am. YouTube got my stream in the algorithm because now I got 100 people watching me. Guys, I'm a YouTuber. I'm a guitar player and a solo artist. And my channel predominantly focuses on my solo stuff as well as gear reviews as well as covers. So that's what I do. I'm located in the United States, in Pennsylvania, in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. And yeah, that's what I do on the channel, man. So if you're brand new, if you guys want to join me, I love Slipknot. Obviously, you guys do. You're clicking on this live stream. If you want to hit that subscribe button, man, I got tons of Slipknot covers. I'm thinking about doing Untainted very, very soon. I'm also a vocalist, so I got a lot of good stuff, man. If you guys are into that. Do I have a band? Yes, I do. On Spotify, Apple Music, Google Play, Luna Muerta. Lunamuerta. Luna Muerta. I have a brand new album coming out May 26th that's available for pre-order right now. So that's really cool. I now see I have a ton of people on my live stream. I'm very fortunate. Edwin, what's up, man? Edwin, my good buddy from the West Coast. What's up, dude? I can't wait for this. It's gonna be like New Year's Eve. Dude, it really feels like I'm 8 years old and it's like Christmas Eve. And like I just gotta make it to like 6 a.m. to where it's like okay, like it's late, it's like late enough in the morning to where it's not ignorant to wake up my mom, you know what I mean? Like it's like I'm like laying in bed right now, it's 3 a.m. just staring at the ceiling, looking at the clock, knowing the presents are under the tree. I just have to wait 3 hours to wake up my mom and say, hey, can we open up presents now? That's literally what I feel like. But I also feel like inside those presents are not Chris Fehn. And so like I'm dreading opening those presents. You know what I mean? Like I don't think Chris is in the band anymore. I just at this point, man, like again, another thing I was hoping for, it didn't happen in Unsainted. I was like, I saw the burn mask. I was like, all right, cool, fine. Like we'll pretend that's, you know, the new member. And at the end when Corey goes outside and takes off and unveils the statue, I thought it was going to be the liar, man. I thought it was going to be Chris's nose pointing out and the rest of the band was going to do something to like bring him back. I thought that's what it was going to be, man. And obviously it wasn't, but you know, my imagination runs wild with this stuff because I love the band so much, man. I mean, they've been my favorite band for so long and I live for them. And it would have been so cool, but it didn't happen. I'm still holding on to it, man. I really am. What's up, Mark? What's up, dude? I don't think that they're revealing the name today. Maybe in August, but hey, you need Jim's new guitar, dude. With I think they're called retroactives. Did you see those? They're the Oreo pickups. Obviously, this isn't it, but the Oreo pickups, the black and white ones, the EMGs with the white Jazzmaster. The white Jazzmaster itself is one of the two guitars I need for his set to complete. Well, I guess now 3. I need the black Telly with the maple board that's discontinued. That's really hard to find stock. The black Jazzmaster, which is still in production. I just don't need it. You know, like I have 2 Strats and a Telly of the exact same specs. So I don't really, it's there if I need it. You know what I mean? Like it's not going anywhere. But that white one, man, that white one's beautiful. If that is, in fact, a production model, you can best believe I'm going to do my very best to get one of those. Slipknot performed on Jimmy Kimmel? Nah, dude. So Jimmy Kimmel tonight they're performing. This is the pre-show hangout, as the title says. They didn't perform yet. If it said post-show hangout, yes, but this pre-show. Sergio, what's up, my dude? Am I streaming it? No, I'm not streaming it because it's not for another 4 hours, and because I'm sure the Jimmy Kimmel show will be doing that, and I don't want to. No, I'm not streaming it. You would like to know what time does it start? It starts at 11:35 Eastern Standard Time, and that is 8:30 Pacific Time. Correct me if I'm wrong. Somebody on the West Coast, like I know it starts at 11:35, but I don't know when they go on stage. I just know the show starts at 11:35. Play something, bro. You're a great guitar player. Yeah, I appreciate it, Robbie. No, I'm not going to play tonight, man. Reason being is just like whenever I play, it does like that weird thing, like where the microphone like compresses my signal and it gets really quiet, and I'm not going to play, but I'm flattered, man. I was just playing a little while ago, writing new stuff for like one of 2 more albums that I have written. I have the one coming out May 26th. and then I have one coming out in July that has 10 songs on it. So this one, one in May has 14, the one in July has 10. So I'm writing for the one that's coming out maybe in like October already. So like I got bookends of music. So I'm really trying to push my solo stuff, because all my demos are all my solo stuff. They end up like, all the riffs in my demos end up being some form of a song in my solo project. And I get nothing but, well, for the most part, I get positive feedback from my demos, and everybody loves like what I do with the choir and stuff. So, you know, I'm really trying to push my solo stuff, man. I really am. And I hope, you know, people that support me and people love what I do, man, they'll stream or at least, you know, pick up my solo stuff, because I work my ass off on that stuff. I'm not going to lie. And I really hope you guys dig it. So I'm not going to play tonight though. I got a lot of people watching, a lot of new people. I don't want to mess up for them. You know what I mean? But seriously, man, thanks. Would I recommend the military? I don't like to talk about military and stuff on my channel because that's not really what I'm geared towards. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed my time. I loved it. I wouldn't change it for the world, but I would talk to, if your parents are around, your mom and dad, or whoever's, you know, close to you in your life, girlfriend, boyfriend, you know, aunt, uncle. I don't want to make that decision for you. Just do your research, see if it's for you. But I loved it. I'm on the West Coast. They perform at 5:45 Pacific. No, they don't. I know for a fact they don't do that. Nobody. That's incorrect. Greetings from Belgium. What's up, man? Cheers from the United States, my dude. Yeah, guys. Again, I don't like to talk about recommending or not recommending military. That's your choice, man. I made that choice. I loved it. I wouldn't change it for the world, but that was my path, and I did my time. But I don't want to push it on anybody or deter anybody. So I'm gonna turn to the chat real quick. I'm gonna ask a question, and I'll give you guys my answer. What is your favorite mask of all time for Slipknot, and why? Any album cycle, any variation. You can be as generic or as specific as you want it. For me, my favorite one of all time, it's a tie, but nah, it's not a tie. My favorite one of all time has to be the Panda Iowa dreadlock. What's the official name? I guess the Panda mask from Iowa with the dreads and the black face paint and the blacked out mouth. That is like evil. That is the most evil thing I've ever seen in Slipknot, hands down, man. Like his Ghost Glow and his Crash Dummy was close, but that Iowa, man, was so evil, and with that album itself was so mean. Dude, it's brutal. But a close second would have to be one of Craig's masks, probably like the old rusty one from Iowa, again, just because of how grungy and dirty it looks. But I don't really like Craig as a member. He's not very, like, you know, he literally doesn't talk. But and then apart from that, I'll give one other one. So one of them from Sid I like a lot. I just don't know which one to pick. I think just like one of Sid's gas masks. Pick anyone, you know, throw him up, put it on a wall, and throw a dart at him. One of his gas masks from the first album. I just love him as that character that he does, like when he walks around the stage like this, and now he dances. So like his old school like British civilian masks, I really, really like. 2004 Mick. 2004 Eternal 656. What's up, dude? 2004 Mick. So you like Mick's from 2004 all the way to the present, because his mask really hasn't changed that much in like 15 years. But that's a solid choice. Mick looks like Mick. You know what I mean? Like he really hasn't deviated from anything from like since '96 when he joined. You know what I mean? So let me see what you guys picked. I did my time. That's funny. I get the joke. Corn. I like the drop tuning video with the Les Paul. Thanks, man. I really appreciate it. Corey Taylor, All Hope Is Gone. That's an interesting choice. I hated it. I remember when CDs were a thing? In 2008, I got the CD and I opened up the booklet and they had all the pictures, and then there was Corey standing in the field with the side view of his All Hope Is Gone. I was like disgusted by it. But then it like grew on me, I guess because he used it for like 6 years in a row, something like that, from 2008 through 2013. So 5 years technically, yeah. That's a solid choice, man. I saw him live twice with that mask. I didn't get to see him on the .5 era because I was stationed in Germany and I didn't get a chance to go see him over there. I was gonna go to Rock 'em Ring, but just it didn't happen. Didn't happen with work. But that's a solid choice, man. Mix, yeah, Mix, because he's scary. Attaboy Old. Tattoo the Earth, Clown, or Jim's original Jester. Yeah, Tattoo the Earth Clown is very evil, but I don't like that one because it was so short. But maybe that's why it's cool, because it was like so short lived. It wasn't used for very long at all. Like just one tour, you know, what, 2-3 months maybe tops. Mick Thompson, Iowa, or Gray Chapter. Man, a lot of Mick Thompsons here. Let's see. The chat skipped. I'm going back up. I love that mask, dude. Yeah, the Iowa mask. Hell yeah, dude. Joey's mask from All Hope Is Gone and Corey's mask from Subliminal Verses. Very two unique picks that you never hear. I'm very surprised by that. I respect your choices, man. I think the Volume 3, Corey, is probably my next least favorite. I hated the version 1 of 0.5. I thought that was terrible. I'll be honest. I thought it was terrible. Wow. All right. Paul's Iowa. Another unique one, man. I thought I knew like what all the favorites were, but I guess that's what's so cool about this band is you can get anything, like you can get what you want out of this band, and they, like, what am I trying to say? You can become attached to whatever you want in the band because they're so different. There's so many flavors. Like you can pick, you know, who you like and why for all vast different reasons. You know what I mean? Or just because it just connects with you for whatever reason. A couple more, and I got plenty more questions about Slipknot. Jim Roots, very cool. Paul Gray dying, it was a huge blow to this band. Dude, you're not kidding, man. It seems like ever since that, unfortunately, I wouldn't even say that. I would say ever since Joey, man, because like they carried on and they were like tighter than ever when Paul died, at least initially from what I saw, like the Sonosphere stuff, and then I saw him in 2012 at the very end of their celebration with Paul. And I just felt like they were like spot on and like they couldn't do anything wrong. At least that was my assumption. And then when Joey left, man, that's when it became weird. And like, correct me if I'm wrong, like we really don't definitively know step by step what happened with Joey. We don't. I heard it was like an email. I heard somebody came to his house. You know what I mean? Like, and like, he's never publicly came out and said, like, this is what happened, I believe. I think he said maybe an email, but that's still very vague. Like, what happened leading up to that? You know what I mean? It was just like he was fired, and then like he said, I didn't leave Slipknot. I was kicked out. Slipknot has been my life. Yada yada yada. But like, you know what I mean? It's just like it became so weird, and then like the new members came, and we didn't know who they were, and then we found out it was like Veman and Jay Weinberg. It was just like, okay, you know what I mean? It just wasn't the same. So let's see. Yeah, guys, I don't know if they're streaming it. I don't know. I don't think Jimmy Kimmel streams his shows. I think they put them up on YouTube the next day, but I don't know. All right, guys. So I'm gonna ask, who's your favorite member of all time? I mean, there's only like 13 to pick from. Favorite member of all time, and why? And I'm gonna give you two. I'll give you my second and my first. My second is Chris. And that's why I'm so bent out of shape about this whole drama situation, because I just love Chris, man. I just love, like, you know, just hearing like his interviews and stuff. Like he always just wanted to like be a part of it. You know what I mean? Like he didn't have an ego, you know, from what we know, from what I know. He could have had a huge ego, and I don't know about it, but you know what I mean? Like through his interviews and through like just like how he just carries himself, I just felt like he just like always wanted to be a part of the band, and like didn't have a huge like rock star ego. You know what I mean? There's certainly other members in Slipknot that can be argued that they do have giant egos, but Chris was just like, he was just like one of the guys, I felt like. And then like when the live show came in, like he was like the pinnacle of the live show. He did all the background stuff. He was always paired up with Clown. He would always do, like, remember when back in the day when Disaster Piece would, like the end breakdown, it was him, Sid, and Jim. They would all, and Clown sometimes, they would all go after it like with one another. And like he was just like, there's just parts of the show, the live show, that you knew it was Chris's time to shine. Like it's sick when you can't kill me cause I'm already it. It was like Corey, Chris, Clown, like that trio is like iconic, man. That's like an iconic trio, and he's just not there anymore. It sucks. And my favorite though, it has to be Sid Wilson, man. Just because of his antics. There was times when he took a break, in like 04 through like 08 where he wasn't like going into the crowd anymore. But then he started to do like more stage diving. He'd wear a helmet and do stage diving. He did a ton of stage diving back like on the Sonosphere tour. So like I just love his antics. You know what I mean? Like he's always just like running around, and then like when it's his part in the song, he has to quick run to the table, find where he's on his vinyl, and then just like bounces around, and what I mean? I just love that. I just love like he's over there. He's over there. And now he's in the crowd. He's up on the rafters. You know what I mean? Like you just didn't know where he was. I love that. Corey and Chris, Mick, Corey Taylor and Paul Gray, Joey, Jim Root, Chris, yeah, and Chris, Jim for sure. Yeah, a lot of guitar players. Jim's my favorite. I love Jim a lot in terms of his playing. I mean, obviously I have 3 of his guitars. But yeah, he's like, I love Jim and Mick too, I guess. But I just like Jim because like he can shred and he can play stupid fast, but he doesn't. You know what I mean? Like he does what's needed for the song. You know what I mean? Like he's just a cool dude that rides Harleys and smokes cigarettes and just like kind of like Chris. Just doesn't really have drama and like just kind of like wants to just be a part of it. You know what I mean? Like I like that. He does what is needed for the song, and he plays amazing guitars that are the Fender Strats. There's my white one. There's my black one. I love those guitars. So yeah, I love Jim a lot. Slipknot on Conan, that was dope, dude. Yeah, I saw that. I don't know how I saw that. I didn't see it live, but I saw it like maybe like in the infancy of the internet before YouTube when I was like 7 or 8, and I was just like I was terrified. My older stepsister was all about it. And I just wish I was a little bit older to enjoy that initial essence of Slipknot, because I didn't really get into them till like I was like 12, and by then that was like just after Iowa, you know what I mean? So I kind of missed the whole, like I knew about him, but I was a little kid, you know what I mean? I didn't know what was going on, and my parents of course didn't like it, which made me like it even more. You know how it goes. Corey and Chris Mick, so metal and cigs, yeah. No, I don't smoke. I don't condone it, but hey, if you do it, it's fine. I'm just saying, like, I just said that because it's like you always see him with a cigarette in his mouth and like just kind of just, he's just being Jim, just kind of like looking around, doing his thing. You always see Jim doing this, like up on stage and stuff. He's always got his head bouncing, you know what I mean? He always does that. So that's just like his mannerisms. I think he either played the Heretic Anthem or people who shit on Conan. No, Conan was 99. So that was what they played Wait and Bleed on Conan. Unless they played him another time, but I don't think so. I think you can watch it on Jimmy Kimmel's channel. Yeah, I don't know. I know for a fact it'll be on YouTube, maybe an hour after the show or tomorrow at the latest. You know what I mean? Like it'll be on his channel. I just don't know if it's going to be live. I'm going to watch it live on TV. Josh, what's up, my dude? Hey, how you doing, man? Good to see you. We're just talking all things Slipknot now and just hanging out, man. There's like almost 90 of us in the chat. And, guys, if you're brand new here, again, if you just caught this live stream, I'm a guitar player. I'm a huge Slipknot fan. Slipknot's my favorite band of all time. So right now we're just hanging out before they go live tonight. And I'm just asking questions about Slipknot, your favorite members, favorite songs, favorite masks. So, just welcome. And if you want to hit that subscribe button, man, it'd mean the world to me. Thank you in advance. Paul Gray dying was a huge loss there. We just talked about that, man. It was the beginning of the end, or just the beginning of the shape of the beginning of the catalyst that shaped the things to come. You know what I mean? So, all right, I want to ask, what's your least favorite mask in the history of Slipknot? Least favorite and why? For me, I have to think, because like I don't hate too many of them really. Some of them are kind of like meh, but I don't know. If I had to pick one that I hated the most, I think it would have to be, and I'm going to get a lot of heat for this, I think, but I think it would have to be like Craig's original with the space helmet and the mask and the nails. Because like, I get it, like that was like the essence of Slipknot, like just putting things together and just making it weird. But like, it wasn't weird or scary. It was just like kind of silly. You know what I mean? It was very silly to me. It wasn't like sinister. It It wasn't cool. You know what I mean? It's just like, what are you doing, man? You know what I mean? Like, what else? What's plan B? What's your other idea? Let's roll with that one. But I don't really like that one at all. But I get it. People love it because it was the essence of the beginning of the band, when like they were just like throwing things together, putting face paint on it, and calling it a day. Sean's Gimp Clown from All Hope Is Gone. I liked that one when it first came out, but then it went away because he like couldn't see in it or perform in it. It was a little bit weird, and it was rather try hard, you know, but I liked it when I first saw it. I was like, oh my God, that's a bold statement right there. Corey's most recent mask is terrible in my opinion. Corey Taylor's false dreads. Sid's new one is bad. Oh, all right, let me scroll. I gotta go way up. Sid's bald skull mask from Subliminal Verses. Yeah, that was pretty goofy. Like the one where he had long hair, the brown one, that was cool. I like that look a lot when he had like his like coat on. But then the bald one is just like, it's a bit much, dude. Like, yeah, I can agree with that one. Sid's no one is bad. I disagree. It's like a death mask of himself. I like that. Corey's Marisa mask is terrible. I disagree with that. I think it's creepy. I think it's cool. I think it's going to have a lot of different variations because it's translucent. You can put whatever he wants on underneath it. But I can certainly agree that it isn't the most exotic. You know what I mean? Corey's Taylor Volume 3 muffled his voice way too much. Yeah, that and the beginning parts of the 0.5 era, like night one of Knotfest, it only had one strap. And like his voice sounds like it's underwater the whole time when he's singing. And then by night 2, he cut the lips off and put another strap on underneath it. And so it seemed like, I don't know how you can like not, you would have a mask and not like beta test it before you perform with it. But I remember like hearing him live and then seeing him constantly doing this. You watch Knotfest live 2014, the first night of the 0.5 era. He's constantly pushing his like jaw back because it kept sticking out and doing this and making it sound like this. Watch it. And then by night 2, he cuts the lips off. And then he has another strap down below. So somebody quickly rigged it, you know, for him, you know, by the second night. Point 0.5, yeah, 3 hours till it starts. Corey's 0.5 mask. Sib's robot mask was the worst one in my opinion. Yeah, I don't really hate it. It was a bit, again, goofy, and it was like literally looks like a transformer. I get why he did it because he loves Transformers, but All Hope Is Gone is kind of like when they made it as a band. So like a lot of like their Slipknot-ness went away. It seemed like a very polished type of band and type of record. And it shows, you know what I mean? Corey Taylor, Great Chapter, yeah. New mask suck. All right. So what is your least favorite album? I think this one's universal. I'll be honest. I'm pretty sure everybody names this album as their worst. But what is your worst album, your least favorite album? And you don't even have to tell me why, because I'm pretty sure I already know what it is and why it's going to be what it is. But for me, I think it's pretty unanimous. All Hope Is Gone. That album sucks. It does, man. It sucks. Without Sulfur or Snuff, I really think it's extremely weak. I think Psychosocial is extremely generic and boring. And not to say that what I create is anything better, but I'm just speaking as a true, honest fan because I love the band so much. Like that riff for Psychosocial. It's like, who came up with that and said, yeah, it's a good idea. You know, boom, 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 boom. It's like, it's really boring. Dead Memories, Sulfur, I love Sulfur, and I love Snuff. Everybody loves Snuff, but apart from that, like this cold black, wherein lies could continue. The title track, All Hope Is Gone. Like really, really weak stuff, man. The Butcher's Hook, like songs that like you completely forget about. You know what I mean? At least every album, in my opinion, apart from that one, has like good songs that aren't well known, but they're still good. Like New Abortion, Skin Ticket, The Virus of Life, AOV. That's kind of known, but I'm trying to think of another one. Nomadic, excuse me. You know what I mean? Like songs that aren't well known, but are still solid songs. Like All Hope Is Gone has terrible songs, in my opinion. I'm gonna see what you guys have to say. Sulfur and Snuff, Snuff is too slow. Yeah, but it's a heavy song. Even though it's a ballad, I think it's extremely heavy just for the nature of the song. It hits home. All Hope Is Gone. Subliminal Verses. Wow. All Hope Is Gone. Great Chapter. Okay, I can see that. All Hope Is Gone. Alex, what's up, man? All Hope Is Gone. Volume 3. Yeah, Volume 3. Love the All Hope Is Gone. Wow. All Hope Is Gone is a good song. I don't hate All Hope Is Gone, but it's extremely forgettable. Yeah. They don't okay, it's maybe I was a little harsh by saying it sucks. It's just not my favorite. It's not very good, but I still would say it borderline sucks just because it's like it's very forgetful, like you're saying, you know what I mean? What time is the show in Belgium? So in Belgium, you're about like 5 hours ahead, 6 hours ahead. So that means it's like 4 a.m. over there. So if you want to go to bed and then wake up super early and watch it, you can catch it. All right. So what is your most favorite? Oh, excuse me. What's the most underrated song? What do you think? Like, is a song that nobody talks about, has rarely ever been played live. People don't really give it the time of day, and people forget about it. You know what I mean? For me, I have to think about this for most underrated because there's a lot. I don't know if I can narrow it down, but I think they all come off of like the first two albums. Let's be real. The self-titled in Iowa has some serious underdogs in there, and that like if they were on 0.5 or like if they were on, the Great Chapter, like they would be like the number one songs on that album. So most underrated songs, I'll give you 3: Prosthetics, Scissors, and The Shape. All right, I'm going to go with those 3. There's a couple other ones there, like I Am Hated, I think's in the running. New Abortion's in the running. But Scissors, especially Scissors, Prosthetics, and The Shape. I'll just talk about Scissors. Scissors is like almost like Iowa too. I forgot about Iowa. So I'll go Scissors in Iowa because they're like the same song basically. And it's just like they just like turn the tape on and just hit play, man, and just let it roll. And like the like absolute evil, visceral, raw emotion in those 2 songs. It's just like you can't script it. You can't like try to recreate that. It's just like spur of the moment, in the moment type deal. And people don't talk about it. I don't know why, but for me, man, it's just like I love those songs. They're so evil and so heavy and so awesome to listen to. Amazing stuff. The Shape, hell yeah. Everything Ends. That's a good one. The Shape, yes. Skeptic or Scissors? Scissors, there we go. Prosthetics, there we go. My Plague, that's a good one. My Plague's really good, but My Plague's a little bit too catchy, for me. It was a single off the Resident Evil soundtrack, so it's kind of like a radio-friendly song, but another great song. If Rain Is What You Want, Metabolic, very good. Metabolic, I agree with that. Eyeless is not underrated. Come on, they played Eyeless. They've played Eyeless at like every concert for the last 20 years. Axel, what's up, man? Eyeless, no way. Opium of the People, great pick. I forgot about that one. Yes, I love Opium of the People. It's a little soft, but I love that chorus, man. I won't give another show. I completely agree with that, man. That's a great one. Great pick. I forgot about that one. Before I Forget is not underrated. They won a Grammy for it. What are you talking about? Unless that's your favorite, but it's certainly not underrated, dude. You can't get any more rated than that. The Nameless. That's I never wanted anybody more than I wanted you. That's a good one. I like that. I like because like there's a nice duo that we'll never get to see again if the news is true, where Corey and Chris are doing the dynamic back and forth vocals on that track. We'll never get to see that again if Chris is in fact kicked out of the band. So that's a bit of a somber note. All Hope Is Gone. No way. I don't like All Hope. Oh, Nathaniel, I respect your opinion. I disagree. I don't think it's a very good song, but hey, that's just my opinion. Pulse of the Maggots. That's borderline rated. That's borderline like not underrated. It's pretty common, but it's a great song. I agree. Say it again, we will die. That's a great song. Hey, thanks for subscribing, man. I appreciate it. AOV, kind of rated, not necessarily underrated. Gematria, The Killing Name, Scream from Volume 3. Very good song. It's like, oh, we have to stop doing everything's possible. That's a good one. I forgot about that. See, there's a lot of these songs, man, you forget about. And that's what I'm saying. They're underrated. And then when you hear them, and you're like, oh, yeah, that song was sick, right? Opium of the People, yeah, Gently is very underrated. I agree with that. I didn't include it because it's been played several times. Where they do the snow, that when they do it live, that's really, really cool. They did it on Disaster Pieces. I saw them do it live in 2012. They did it at Knotfest years ago. So it's borderline rated, but also very, very good pick. I like that pick. Solid choice, my dude. Chris, what's up, man? California. Hell yeah, buddy. Cheers from the United States, Pennsylvania, Philadelphia. All right. So I want to ask another question. What is the moment, or it could be either a moment in time, a friend, or just a gradual progression. Basically, in as few words as you can, because I would like to read everybody's. Let's just do this. What song got you into Slipknot, or what two songs got you into Slipknot? And for me, the first song that really got me into them was, I think it'd have to be Before I Forget, because like I said, when I was younger, I knew of Slipknot, but I was still just a little too young, and not full on into it. Because when I was a little bit younger, I was into Godsmack, and I was into the hard rock stuff, but I was Disturbed, stuff like that. But I wasn't full blown into the heavier stuff. And so when I heard Before I Forget, I was 12 years old. And that really spiked my interest because it was a bit radio friendly, because it had the heavy stuff, but it also had the melodic chorus. But then I'll be honest, when I went back to Iowa that same time and I heard People Equal Shit, I literally lost my mind, man. I literally freaked out. And I had it, this is keeping it real. I had it download on my computer, and I put it in my Discman. This is 2004. And I literally just had it on in my house for walking around, no joke, for 3 hours, just on repeat. One song on the CD, I just burned it, and then I just had it on my Walkman. I would literally just people equal shit, people equal shit. And I'm 12 years old, running around, going outside on my front lawn, literally freaked out. And therefore, I was just hooked ever since. All right. Oh my God, so many great answers, man. Prosthetics, I said that was a very underrated song. Blister Exists, Surfacing, Eyeless, Wait and Bleed, Blister Exists, Heretic Anthem, Dead Memories, and Duality. Devil and I, and Before I Forget. Okay, so you must be a rather new fan then. Or you just, yeah, that's fine. Devil and I, that was a huge song 5 years ago. Very cool, man. Before I Forget, yep, there's me. Sick, Pulse, Wait and Bleed. Wait and Bleed, a lot of people, when they first saw the Wait and Bleed video back in the day, when they first saw that, that's what got them hooked. Psychosocial and Duality. Okay, Psychosocial, that was very popular. Spit It Out, yeah. Funny, quick story about Slipknot and Spit It Out. Right when YouTube came out, the Slipknot Big Day Out performance in 2005, January 2005, where they did the Jump the Fuck Up part at Big Day Out in Sydney, the crowd's going like this, and they're freaking out. And that video was just another one of those moments where completely hooked me. And then the beginning of that concert, when they opened with, I believe they opened up with Blister Exists, and Corey Taylor's doing that headbang, and I'm sure we've all seen it, where he's going like this a million miles an hour. That stuff hooked me. So Spit It Out, good choice. Dead Memories, Before I Forget. Okay, mid-2000s songs, very cool. Eyeless in 2000. Eyeless and Duality mid-2000 started my obsession with the genre. Hell yeah. Prosthetics is the great evil. Yeah, again, very underrated. Just that opening riff, that. Oh, I love that. It's so evil, man. And then, you'll never be mine. I'll fucking you will be mine. It's so good, man. It will be a live stream on Jimmy Kimmel. The song that got me into Slipknot was My Plague. Very cool, man. Again, another solid pick. And I don't know, guys. I don't know if it'll be on. I don't know if it'll be on Jimmy Kimmel. I can't attest to that. I don't know. Psychosocial 2008. Psychosocial. Very cool. My brother showed me the Spit It Out jump, and it blew my mind, and I got hooked. Very cool, man. It's cool your brother got you into that. Very cool. I am 15 and just got into Slipknot. Hey, man, that's awesome. And I'm happy for you, man. I was just a little bit younger than you when I got into them, but right around that time, man, it's an amazing, great band, and I'm happy that you're able to find them now. You know what I mean? So very cool, dude. My Plague for the Resident Evil movie, yeah, the ending credits, you know, yeah. Sulfur, very cool, dude. Term 5, 1, 2, 3, bah, bah. You get it. You know exactly what I'm talking about. You get the reference. That makes me so happy. Da 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 ba 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 ba. 1, 2, 3. Very cool, man. I get rowdy with this stuff. I have Slipknot Uncensored VHS 1999. That's what got me into it. Oh my god, very cool, dude. That's a collector's piece. What's up, Richie Sambora? My dad, when I was 3, started to let me listen to the self-titled. Ian, your father is the man. Because my father, when I was 3 years old, was listening to Pearl Jam when Pearl Jam and Alice in Chains were out. And I didn't get to grow up that young with Slipknot. They weren't around just yet. So that's very cool, man. Yeah, before everyone had DVDs, yeah, or before anybody had YouTube, when you could literally look anything up. That's a collector's piece, dude. Don't ever get rid of that. What do you say, Metabolic is underrated? Hell yeah, Metabolic's underrated. I think they've only played it live maybe like a handful of times, like in 2016, I think was the first time I ever played it, when they played Iowa straight through. That would have been my dream concert, to see Iowa straight through. That's an amazing idea. Very, very cool stuff. My brother showed me Slipknot properly 4 times. Hell yeah. I can play Psychosocial on the drums. Hell yeah, dude. Very cool. I can't. A question for the chat. Slipknot or Black Sabbath? Ooh. I'll answer that. I don't want to sway to anybody's opinion, but I Slipknot. I don't Slipknot. My stepdad got me hooked into metal when I was 9 years ago. Very cool. Prosthetics. It was free on a CD with Metal Hammer UK magazine. Very cool, man. Wow. Again, these are all like collector's items. See, I didn't get to experience it. Well, one, I'm not from the UK, but I didn't get to experience stuff like that. Very cool stuff, man. All right, so I'll ask another question. Who is your least favorite member? And I'm gonna say the original 9, because a lot of people don't like Jay and V-Man and this mystery person just because you know they're not the original stuff, and it's like not fair to them. So the original 9, my least favorite member. That's tough, because like you like them all for different stuff, but honestly, I think it'd be Craig. I love his like Iowa through, I guess, present day masks, but I just don't like him. He doesn't like do anything, doesn't talk, obviously. So like there's nothing to him other than the sampling. Like he fits in the band, you know, and does his job, but I'm not really into him. Least favorite, Craig, Anders. I'm not counting Anders. I'm talking from self-titled through on, because then I would say Josh Brandard. You know what I mean? I'm just talking like the original 9 ever since Jim joined. That's what I meant. Clown, really? Clown. That's a bold choice. Jim. Really, Jim? Wow. You don't like Jim? He's cool. I like Jim. I'm a little offended by that. Chris Fehn was my least favorite. Oh, you're killing me, man. He was like my second favorite. All right, hey. Corey Taylor's new mask sucks, but his first one was the best in my opinion. It's pretty accurate. I like his new mask though. I'm just on the hype train. You know what I mean? Like I have to see it live. You know what I mean? Craig, yeah, can't think of a least favorite. Craig, he kind of scares me. Well, he is the silent killer. Craig, how can you not like Jim? Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Ian. So I'm just talking about self-titled. Chris, no. Why? I like Chris. All right. Hey, I respect it. My first was Joey, but he left, so it's Jay. All right. I've always liked Corey's Volume 3 mask the most. My favorite is Corey's All Hope Is Gone. Craig is my least. He says nothing. You can't relate to him. Exactly. Like, it's cool, like, when people, like, you know, if they look cool, like, Craig has a cool mask, but if he doesn't say anything and he just kind of just does this, and these are his nails. So, like, what are you going to do with that? You know what I mean? Like, it gets old quick. I'm watching myself do this. All right, Chris. Thanks for watching, man. Nailed that impression. All right. So, I'm going to ask, again, I think it's a pretty unanimous decision. Well, no, there's two. I'm going to ask, what's your favorite album? That's very, very hard to pick. For me, it's very tough because the first two. I mean, it's the first two. I think 90% of all fans will say it's the first two, and then you can't go wrong with either. But if I had to pick, gun to my head, who would I choose, or what album would I choose as my favorite? I would choose. I think I would choose Iowa because it has the title track, People Shit, Disaster Piece. I mean, right there, that's all you need. You know what I mean? But if I was to keep going, I mean, Left Behind, although I really don't like the song, it's a classic. It's a popular song from the album. Metabolic, The Shape, Gently, I Am Hated. You know what I mean? It's just like New Abortion. It's just like heavy hit after heavy hit after heavy hit. It doesn't let up. You know what I mean? Like, there's not a bad. I think the worst song on the album is Skin Ticket, and that song's like creepy and cool still. So it's like, there's literally hardly anything wrong on that album. But then I'm gonna make an argument for self-titled here in a second. I'm just gonna see everybody saying Raw, Mate Feet, Killer Pete, Raw and Heavy, Iowa, and All Hope Is Gone. Wow, Iowa. 0.5 or self-titled. Wow, that is. I don't think I've ever heard anybody say that. 0.5 or self-titled. Wow. No Iowa? All right. I guess I just love Iowa, but 0.5, I could see that. I mean, the negative one's sick, AOV's sick, Custer's sick. I could see that. I could certainly I can see your point of view, but I don't agree with it. I really don't know how anybody thinks All Hope Is Gone is their favorite unless there's some kind of unless there's some kind of unique sentimental value to the album. But wow, 0.5 or self-titled. Iowa. Okay, Iowa. Mine's All Hope Is Gone because that's the one that got me into Slipknot. Exactly my point. Exactly what I just said. I don't agree with it unless, there's a unique sentimental value to the album, and that's exactly what you explained. So, hey, I can't argue with that. You know what I mean? Because, like, that's fine. That's like your own personal tie to your life, and that's what got you into it. I can't argue that. I can't say negative things about that. So that's that. If that's your reason, man, I'm happy for you nonetheless. Tie between All Hope Is Gone and Iowa. Man, that's crazy. A lot of All Hope Is Gone. All right, I guess I'm wrong. Have I seen Jay's Instagram story? No, I have not. I guess I better look real quick. Let's see here. Bear with me. Apparently I have to look at Jay Weinberg's Instagram story. Let's see. Jay Weinberg. We Are Not Your Kind. Jimmy Kimmel. Yeah. Jimmy Kimmel. 11:35 tonight. All right, yeah. It's just okay. That's fine. We're just let me know that they're going live tonight. Yeah. 0.5 because that's what got me into metal. All right, very cool, man. So I'm gonna make a case, just another case for the self-titled album. Not only was it the album that introduced everybody to the band, etc. We all know that, but just how unpolished it sounds is very appealing. Just as much as how awesome the sound or just as awesome as the songs are on that album. You know, like there was no click track, there was no expensive gear, there was no like serious like polish, like no real thought was put into like the production. It was just like turn it on and go. You know what I mean? Like like Mick and Jim both used the same amp. It was a Rocktron preamp and a Marshall power amp. You know what I mean? Like there was like no like, oh, we have a Bogner Ubershaw, and then we have a Diesel over here. Oh, and then we're gonna layer it with an Orange 100. You know what I mean? It was just like the same thing. And like a Jackson King V was Mick's only guitar use. You know what I mean? So like, I love that, and I love how there was like it was like played like a live show. Like again, no click track. It was just like so awesome and so in your face. And so as much as I love that aspect of it, I just like the Iowa songs a little bit more. It's a little bit more polished, Iowa is, than the self-titled, but I just love it, man. I just love Iowa so much. Iowa for its consistent flow. Self-titled is second. Yeah, but I both find them even. Yes. Volume 3 is good. Yes. All Hope Is Gone has grown on me. Good groove metal and industrial. Great Chapter was interesting. Love Clown's New Mask. Scary's reviews, very, very valid points, my dude. What are your thoughts on the new song, Can't Spell? Thoughts on a new song? I put a video out yesterday, about like 20 minutes after the song was released. I was very fortunate enough to get that up quick. It did very well so far. I like it, man. I really do. I really like it. It's heavy. And a lot of people are like getting on Corey about the whole singing part. But if you think of like songs like Duality and stuff, it's like talking and singing. Like there's a lot of screaming in this song, Unsainted. So I like it, man. I really do. And, you know, I think there's going to be heavier stuff on the album because this is a signal. They have to play it for the masses. Like, I'm sure they're going to play it tonight. So, like, you know, you don't want to scare people off too much. You know what I mean? So I like it. I think I gave it a solid B+. I really do stand true to that rating today. I like it. I like it a lot. Make no mask change. Yeah, he hasn't changed his mask in 15 years. Have you seen Corey's first show on KillerPete1.com's YouTube channel? No, I have not. First show. I gotta check that out. How long till the show? 3.5 hours, boys. Just saw your post on Chris. I agree. Yeah, so guys, if you're just joining in, I'm going to say it one more time, guys. If those of you watching, I'm a guitar player on YouTube. I do solo stuff. Luna Muerta, that's my solo album and band, if you guys want to check out my band. I also am a guitar reviewer and gear reviewer, and then I'm also a teacher as well. So I have a lot to offer, and I also do Slipknot covers and all sorts of covers, Lamb of God covers, you know, all sorts of stuff. So if you guys want to hit that subscribe button, man, it'd mean the world to me because, you know, I see there's 86 people watching right now. I'm guarantee you not all 86 of you have subscribed prior to this. And so this is awesome because now it lets me know that, hey, you guys are into the Slipknot side of things, and I can certainly make content in relationship with Slipknot as, you know, the band itself. So if you want to hit that subscribe button, man, that'd be amazing. And it just allows me to meet new people and allows me to grow and allows this channel to grow and allows our community to grow. Not just, you know, not because it's my channel, but literally we can all grow and you can all share each other's stuff on my platform. I mean, there's 8 of you watching right now. If you guys have a channel, you guys want to link up together, you guys are all right there for one another. So don't be afraid to reach out to one another and just meet new people. So if you guys want to you know, hit that subscribe button again, I'd really appreciate it, man. Why is All Out Life not on the album? I think because it was just a single, an in-between single. And again, it was released almost like it'll be released about 10 months after the album. So I think it was just like a one-off single. And I'm fine with that. I liked it though. I liked All Out Life a lot. I thought that was extremely heavy and extremely ballsy to put it as a surprise song on Halloween. Oh man, I was geeking out. I loved it. Never thought I'd find a channel more perfect on every angle than yours. Keep it up. Man, Nathaniel, I really appreciate it, dude. Like, that means the world to me. And when you say things like that, I'm extremely grateful, but it like fuels me to create more and push it harder and harder and make stuff better and better. You know what I mean? And I live for those kinds of things that you and other people say to me. It's like, you know, there's a lot of people kind of relying on me to put good content out there. And it just drives me that much more to just like want to just think of new ideas and meet new people and just ask what people want. So, dude, thank you, man. I can't thank you enough for saying stuff like that, man. Seriously. Slipknot definitely got me through a lot of depression and mental issues when I was growing Sorry, the chat skipped. Slipknot definitely got me through a lot of depression and mental issues I was going through. Their pure heaviness, not just in riffs, but also in raw emotion, really got me through a lot. Well, thank you for sharing that. Thank you. Thank you for sharing that and taking the courage to write that. And yeah, it's true. I mean, a lot of metal in general, but Slipknot, I was bullied a lot as a kid. I was really skinny and short, and Slipknot certainly helped me through that. Just makes you realize that, hey, people have emotions, and it's okay to be angry, and it's okay to feel a certain way. You throw on, people shit, and then it's like, oh yeah, I don't feel so bad anymore. So I agree with you. And again, thank you for sharing that. It's very personal stuff. And, although I don't know you personally, not Slipknot, but you still own that dime guitar you used some time back. No, man, I don't own my dime guitars anymore. I've long since parted ways with that. I got rid of that in like 2017. Rest in peace, dime. Rest in peace, dime bag guitar. Sick was the very first song I learned on the guitar. Very cool. Eric, what's up, my dude? Late to the chat. Hey, it's all right. Better late than never. We're just talking all things Slipknot, just hanging out, man. Just trying to get, trying to meet some new people on here and just hang out. I'm just enjoying my Friday night with my friends. All right, so I'm gonna think of another question to ask about Slipknot. I've got a bunch written down right here. I'm gonna ask a couple more, and then let's leave it up to the chat. If you guys have any questions for me, I'd be more than willing to answer any questions about my channel, about my solo stuff, about guitar, about life, anything. If you guys have any questions, I'm more than willing to answer them for you guys. All right. So I'm gonna ask you. All right, this is a unique question, and only like this real Slipknot nerds will get this one. I think is like, what's your favorite live performance, like start to finish from the band? And what I mean by that is like, there's tons of concerts online, or like 9.0 live, or like live at Sonosphere, live at Download 3-4 times, however times they played at Download. Like what is like your one, if you could just have one live concert to watch from start to finish from the band, what would it be? And for me, that's tough. But I think my favorite live performance from them, it's kind of cliche, but I think it would be Download 2009. Just because, again, that's like, I feel like the All Hope Is Gone era, although the album itself is not my favorite, I just feel like that's when they're at the top of their game. From like 2009 all the way through Paul's passing through 2012. I feel like that era, man, is just like where they're on fire, and they're like a tight knit machine, and they had their best songs then. I mean, they had, People Who Shit, Sick, Sulfur, Get This, another underrated song. I forgot about that. Oh, Get This, great song. Eeyore, they didn't play Eeyore, but then they played Left Behind. They played Surfacing, Eyeless. You know what I mean? Like, I think that was just the epitome. Their best live show. Let me see what you guys have to think. Disaster Pieces 2002. That was also in my runner-up, man. I didn't put it in there just because I did. It's kind of cliche, I feel like, for me personally, to pick that. It is amazing. It really is. But I don't know. I just felt like they were just tighter as a musician. Their musicianship was tighter, I felt like. In 2009, for me personally. Disaster Pieces. Slipknot's Hail Marys, 1999, very cool. 2001, Somerset, Wisconsin. Tobias, I'm assuming you were there, June 16th, 2001. Dynamo 2000, very good pick. Let's see. Oh, there's a Big Day Out 2005. Yeah, man. I told you when I first saw that. Very cool. First time seeing them. But their 2008 was stronger with Soundwave. Dude, are you from New Zealand, or are you from Australia? Where are you from? Did you get to go to those shows? That's amazing if you did. Very, very cool, man. Ozfest 2004, Big Day Out. There's another Big Day Out. Very cool. I feel like their live gigs have been mixed so bad that it does not serve them justice. Disaster Pieces is one of their few that sound really good live. Yeah, I agree with that. Like, Gods of Metal sounds terrible. on YouTube. Like that's like the worst mix I've ever heard in my life. But it's like a cool era of the band. But yeah, I know what you mean, man. It's just like, oh god, the live mix is pretty crappy. Let's see here. Japan show 2001 sounded, yeah, when I think they opened with People Equal Shit and Corey had the black Iowa mask on. Psychosocial Go. I'm in standard tuning. I'll try it. Nope, can't do it. All right, so I'm at Monsters of Rock 2013. Dave Gusano. Oh, new pick. Okay. Guys, it starts at 11:30. Everybody, it starts at 11:30 Eastern Standard Time. All right, 11:30. So, all right, I'm going to ask you guys one more question. I'm going to get out of here, okay? Last question, point blank. Do you think Chris Fehn is in the band? Yes or no? I don't think he's in the band. If you would have asked me like a week ago, I would have said yeah. But today, I don't think Chris is in the band anymore. I think he's done. I think he's going to be replaced by I think he's going to be replaced by some random guy that we don't know who it is. I don't think it's going to be Clown's son. I don't think it's going to be Corey's son. I don't think it's going to be anybody that we know. I think it's going to be a random person, kind of like how Jay Weinberg and V-Man were to the public. And yeah, I don't think he's in a band anymore. Let's say, oh, no, hell yeah, I'm afraid not. They got someone else. I hope so, but I don't think so. No, yes, no, I don't think so. 75% yes, hell no. I don't think he is. No, true, 65% sure. So it's going to be Dave Grohl. Yeah, it's very funny. So it's like split down the middle, man. 50-50. Yeah, literally 50-50. I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't think so, guys. I really don't think so, though. But, all right, guys. So, again, if you're brand new to my channel, please hit that subscribe button. Please, it would help me out, man. We've had like an hour together just talking about my favorite band of all time. And if you guys are into what I'm doing, I can certainly gear my channel more towards the Slipknot of things, or just your favorite bands in general. Like, we could talk about our favorite bands every time we do a live stream. Like, I would be more than willing to do that for you guys and cater to what you guys are looking for, man. So, again, please just hit that subscribe button. It's right there. It really, really mean more to me than I think you could ever imagine. Seriously, if you could please just hit that subscribe button. Thank you so much for tuning in, man, and joining my friends and family on my channel. All right, boys and girls too. Thank you so much. All right. So all my social media links, my Patreon page, my Instagram, my merch store, my albums, my EPs are all down below. If you want to check those out, it would mean so much to me. And if you want, again, please hit that subscribe button. It would mean the world to me. I can't wait to talk about their performance on Jimmy Kimmel. Tomorrow, there'll be a video up, my thoughts on it. Guys, stay metal. Enjoy your night. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time.